Hello everyone. In this video you will learn about maxillary border molding. Border molding is also called the muscle trimming or peripheral tracing. What is border molding? Basically, border molding is the shaping of the border area of an impression tray by functional or manual manipulation of the tissue adjacent to the border to duplicate the contour and size of the vestibule, called the border molding. What is the importance of border molding? It shapes the impression tray borders and allow the muscles or limiting structure to function in harmony with the denture. Improves the retention by producing the peripheral seal and also improve the stability of the prosthesis. What are the different materials used for border molding? Most commonly used material for border molding is molding compound sticks, which is available in different colors: green, gray, and red colors. So these different in colors indicate the different soaking temperature of the impression compound sticks. Polyether and silicone impression material can be used to record the periphery in single step. Tissue conditioner that can be used to record the periphery in existing dentures. Impression waxes can be used to record the periphery. Autopolymerizing acrylic resins can be used, but it's very difficult to manipulate intraorally, especially because of exothermic reaction of the acrylic resin as well as presence of the monomer that may irritate the mucosa. It's very difficult to handle the autopolymerizing acrylic resin inside the mouth. Periopaque is a periodontal dressing material but can be used as a peripheral tracing materials. These all are the materials which are used to record the periphery of border molding, but most commonly we use to record the periphery by using the molding compound sticks. What are the different methods for the border molding? Functional methods, manual or digital manipulation, or combination of functional as well as the manual or digital manipulation. Sequence of the border molding are the two-way sequence. Either can be recorded by segment method in which we have to incrementally apply the border molding material. That material is green stick or one step. In one step method, we use a polyether or silicone material to apply the material all around the border and record the periphery in single step. Segment by segment method of maxillary border molding. There is no any hard and fast rule. Either you have to start anteriorly or posteriorly. It is up to you. It's depend upon your experience. Either you can start anteriorly first and then record the posterior segment and finally the postdem area. So this different color coding of the different segment of the peripheral border. So that indicate the periphery that you have to record in segment by using the impression compound materials. These are the items that must be available at the chair side for the border molding, including the custom trays. That should be properly made custom tray, stable in the patient mouth, properly fit in the patient's mouth. Make sure there should be the impression waxes inside the tray. Means the spaces should be present while recording the periphery. You don't need to remove the wax spacer from the fitting surface of the custom tray. Border molding materials, Bunsen burner, now torch, hot water bath. The temperature is around 140 °F, which is slightly above the fueling temperature of the compound. Bowl of ice water, red handle knife with a new blade, wax spatula, acrylic trimmer burr for the straight handpiece, matches or a lighter. These all the items must be available at the chair side. So this is the picture which shows this water bath which with control temperature. And this is an torch to just soften the green stick on the custom tray. These are the custom tray and the rubber bowl which is filled with the ice cold water, and these are the green sticks, and this is the knife scalpel, and this is the burr. We can use carbide burr to trim the border of the custom tray. And this is impression machine for recording the second impression. This is step-by-step procedure of recording the periphery. So this stick compound is available in the different colors, as I already said, indicate the different soaking temperature of the stick compounds. Before start to record the periphery, we have to check the custom tray extension. The tray should be properly fit and stable to the patient's mouth and 2 to 3 millimeter short from the reflection of the lining mucosa, especially at the area of the frenum, labial frenum or buccal frenum, or the reflection of the lining mucosa at the vestibule. The tray should be short 2 to 3 millimeter. This 2 to 3 millimeter space for the green stick impression compound material to record the periphery. We have to use the indelible pencil to mark the limiting structure here. The buccal frenum, you have to mark it and 2 millimeter short from this is the vestibular depth, and this 2 to 3 millimeter short from the depth. We have to mark with the indelible pencil and then insert the tray into the patient's mouth. The marking or transfer to the fitting surface and 2 to 3 millimeter short from the border of the tray. So we have to reduce it by using this acrylic remover. So this carbide bar can be used to remove the border, and this should be 2 to 3 millimeter short. Make sure you have to try into the patient mouth, and the tray should be short 2 to 3 millimeter all around. So you can also perform the functional movement of the lip as well as the cheek. The tray should not dislodge while performing this lip and cheek movement. Posteriorly, the tray should be centered up to the vibrating line. So for record or marking the vibrating line, we used to mark with the indelible pencils, and we ask the patient to pronounce the R sound where there is a beginning of movement of soft palate. We mark with indelible pencils and draw a line across the palate from the hemular notch to the hemular notch, and then insert the tray into the patient's mouth. Is marking from the oral cavity and transfer to the fitting surface of the custom tray, and we have to reduce up to this marking. The tray should be extended up to the vibrating line. And after that, we have to start the border molding, and first we have to soak the green stick compound over the flame. Make sure this stick compound should be over the flame, not inside the flame. May causes the burning of the green stick, and the stick should be turned and rolled repeatedly to prevent overheating and burning. Once the green stick becomes open, as you can see here in the picture, then you have to apply over the tray border. Make sure the tray should be dry before application of the softened green stick. The segment of the green stick should be 3 centimeters, should not be more than 3 centimeters. And avoid overheating of the softened green stick. So this green stick should not be too hard and runny consistency. If it is runny or too hard, it may stick to the fingers and cause the burning of the fingers. Should not be, as you can see here in the picture, it's too runny and should not be like this. And after that, you have to shape the applied periphery on the custom tray with the help of the moistened fingers. And then you have to soak the applied green stick with the help of the alcoholic torch, and then temper into the hot water. The temperature of hot water slightly above the fume temperature of green stick. So do not put directly into the patient's mouth, it may cause the burning of the mucosa. You have to temper into the hot water and then insert the tray into the patient's mouth. Make sure should be properly seated and hold with the help of the one finger the center of the palate, and with the help of the other hand you have to perform the lip as well as the cheek movement. For the labial vestibule or labial frenum, we have to perform the lip movement. The lip movements are, we have to lift the upper lip upward first, outward, downward, and the inward. These rolling movement you have to perform, as you can see here in the picture. So these lip movement you have to perform, or ask the patient to perform the lip movement, a smiling, puckering of the lip. And after that, you have to take it out from the patient's mouth and put into the ice water and chill it. And you can see here the recorded periphery. It is properly recorded and is rounded, matte, and smooth appearances. And this labial notch, you can see the labial frenum is properly recorded. And make sure it is properly recorded. If you found the periphery, if it is show through of any underlying tray, custom tray, a pink custom acrylic as is show through the screen stick, means your tray is overextended. At this particular area, you have to reduce it. with the help of the acrylic pearl, and then again reapply the green stick and record the periphery. If you found your periphery is sharp, just like in a knife edge, not rounded and too shiny, it means your periphery is not molded. It means your periphery is short at that area. You have to add more green stick over that area and record the periphery again. Place the compound on the tray border sequentially, and further you have to add the green stick compound and record the periphery. Especially at the area of the buccal vestibule, to record the buccal and buccal plane, we have to perform the cheek movement. These cheek movements are upward, outward, downward, inward, and finally backward as well as the forward movement. So here the underlying muscles are, where the muscles are attached to the buccal frenum. Underlying muscles are levator angular muscles, anteriorly orbicular oris, and posteriorly buccinator muscles. You have to release these buccal frame by performing these anterior as well as the posterior movement of the forward and the backward movement. Coronite process, especially at the area of distobuccal regions, during opening of the mouth, the coronite process of the mandible come forward and reduce the distobuccal region. The space become reduced. And how to record? By asking the patient to open the mouth wide and move the jaw side to side, that you can easily record this distobuccal region. So for the hamular notch, especially the posterior palatal area, postdem area, it comprises of the hamular notch, this pterygomaxillary seal and postpalatal seal. At the area of the pterygomaxillary seal, at the area of the hamular notch, you have to apply the green stick here and then place into the patient mouth and push with the help of the fingers, and ask the patient to pronounce the R sound and ask the patient to open the mouth wide and swallow the saliva. So you can see the pterygomandibular raphe and their indentation in the mouth is clearly visible on the recorded periphery. This arrow indicated here is pterygomandibular raphe. So this should be a relief here. You have to record an impression by ask the patient to open the mouth wide and ask the patient to pronounce the R sound. So look for the area of the overlap of the compound. Here we use a green stick compound. We are recording the segment and you have to look especially the overlapping of the segment. If you found this overlapping, just like as you can see in the picture, you have to reheat, temper and return the tray to the mouth to refine that overlapping area. Should be a continuity of the recorded periphery. Should not be overlap as you can see here in the picture. This should be corrected by means of heating again with the help of alcoholic touch, temper into the hot water that, and then replace into the patient's mouth and mold the periphery. Observe the notch where there are the frenula which is located, especially these are the buccal frenum, labially. These frenula should be properly recorded in the periphery. Trim of the excessive compound with the sharp scalpel. If you found the material which is below behind the tray border, especially on the fitting surface here, you can see you have to trim it with the help of the sharp scalpel. Place the compound around the rest of the tray. The remaining part of the postdem area, you have to place the green stick compound and set the tray into the patient's mouth and ask the patient to perform functional movement of the soft palate. Ask the patient to pronounce the R sound. Ask the patient to swallow saliva. So you can see the periphery which is recorded at the area of the postdem, and this bevel the area of the posterior palatal seal toward the palate with the sharp scalpel. You have to use the scalpel and to make it bevel. So you can see this the bevel of the periphery at the postdem area toward the palate region. And after that you have to finish the surface of the compound. Once you have recorded the periphery, you have to finish all the recorded border by softening the recorded periphery by using the alcoholic touch and then put into the hot water just to temper it and insert the tray into the mouth and mold the periphery all around, labial segment, buccal segment, and most posterior part and most palatal seal area. All the border of the recorded periphery should resemble that of the border of the complete denture. Your periphery should be a smooth, matte and roll border. You can see it should not be a rough, it should not be a knife edge or show through of the underlying tray. If you found a show through of underlying custom tray, it means your tray is overextended. You have to reduce the tray with the bar, and then you have to apply the green stick compound and record the periphery again. If you found your peripheral border is knife edge thin and too shiny appearances and is not properly molded up to the limiting structure, you have to apply the green stick at that particular area and then record the periphery again. Check the retention. One cannot depend upon the secondary wash impression to effect a positive retentive response. So in order to check the retention of the recorded periphery, to different segments you have to use these techniques to check out the periphery. And upward and outward pressure in the incisor region. Here there is a handle of the custom tray, you have to apply upward and outward pressure just to check out the periphery at the post-dam area. It will easily come out means there is a problem with the post-dam area which is not properly recorded. You have to apply the green stick and then again insert the patient mouth and record the post-dam area. Upward and outward pressure in the premolar region. To check out the periphery on the contralateral side, pulling down the upper lip to check the labial periphery. This labial, if you found a custom tray which is dropped while performing the lip movement, it means your periphery is overextended. You have to rectify it, and you can check the retention by just to pull the handle downward direction against the path of insertion to check the retention of the. You feel a resistance after recording the perfect periphery. You feel a resistance, very difficult to come out. So this is all about further recording the periphery of the maxillary custom tray. Thank you very much.